What's going on? My name is Blake Anderson, aka Fade to Blake, and I want to show you some quick tips and tricks on how to choose a good username for Instagram. First, let me show you how I came up with my username, Fade to Blake. The first social media account that I had was back in college. I started out with Twitter. My name, Blake Anderson, was taken. That was not an option. After that, I decided I didn't really want to make an account unless I had a cool, kind of catchy name that people could remember and I could brand myself by. So I came up with a lot of different names, a lot of different ideas, and what I landed on was Fade to Blake. I always explain it as like Fade to Black, but Blake. I was a film major back in college, and Fade to Black is an editing reference like that. And I also love puns, so Fade to Black, Fade to Blake. It was unique enough that I was able to use the username on all my social platforms. If you're coming up with username ideas and you're not sure if it's available, there's a great website you can use called namecheck.com. I'll link that in the description. You're able to see what sites it's available on and what sites it's not. It's a good idea to come up with one unique name that people can find you across all your platforms and all your profiles. So keep in mind, of the main social media sites, Twitter has the shortest maximum character length for their usernames with 15 characters. YouTube is 20, Instagram is 30, and Facebook is like 50 or something like that. I like something that includes my name. A lot of social media accounts, especially on Instagram, are built around a person and their personal brand, and I think that the username should reflect that. That's just my preference. On a side note, especially if you're younger, be careful about using your name, because on the internet, once something's out there, it's out there. Try and keep your username or your handle personal, but also professional. You want the words or phrases or puns to mean something to you so that you can be passionate about that account, because that's really the only way that you're gonna have success growing it, is if you have a passion for what you're doing. You also wanna keep it somewhat professional, because you never know how long it's gonna last. Hopefully forever. Pick something that relates to your lane, your niche. This will make it easier for people to find you, and when they do find you, your content will match whatever they thought they were gonna be clicking on. It wouldn't be super smart to call your Instagram, InstaDogMemes99, and someone goes to your page and it's full of fitness stuff. It's gonna be pretty hard for fitness people to find you if your Instagram name has to do with dog memes. A ton of people use these, and they aren't inherently bad. There are plenty of people who aren't looking to become the most famous person in the world, and they're happy with their username just being their name and then their favorite number. If you want a memorable username and you're looking to brand yourself, the numbers at the end of your username don't really distinguish you from anyone else doing the exact same thing. So you kind of get lost in the shuffle. Stick to letters unless a number maybe helps you spell your handle in kind of a unique way. One good exception to this rule is the way athletes use it. For them, it makes a ton of sense to just have their name and the number that they wear on their jersey right after it. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm a big fan of puns. And if you're creative enough, you can find one that nobody's used yet. I've kind of made a list of words that either rhymed with or were similar to my name. Then I thought of puns and phrases that kind of went along with that. I landed on swapping Black for Blake, and that's what created Fade to Blake. Try and write down a bunch of words and phrases that relate to your name or whatever you might like to include in your username, and that might send you in the right direction as far as choosing something that'll work for you. Some helpful sites I found are RhymeZone and phrases.org.uk. This might seem a little bit obvious, but sometimes having a list of all these things in front of you kind of helps you sort through what you like and don't like. Remember to be as creative as you can so that you can stand out. Like it or not, you kind of only get one chance when someone comes to your profile to be impressed and to buy into you. And when you do find something, stick with it. It can set you back a little bit each time you change your username, so try as hard as you can to pick something and run with it. But at the end of the day, after all the username stuff, great work is going to rise to the top. Whatever your username is, content is always more important. The name is just the start. Post your ideas below in the comment section. It's great to get other people's feedback in this process. Guys, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Subscribe if you like this type of video, because there are plenty more where that came from.